Good morning students. Today our topic is types of laser. So based on type of active medium, laser system are broadly classified into the following categories: solid state laser, liquid laser, gas lasers, semiconductor lasers. For solid state lasers, the examples are ruby laser and ND-YAG laser. For liquid laser, europium benzoyl acetanoate dissolved in alcohol is used as a liquid laser. Come to gas lasers. One of the most important laser is helium neon laser. Another one is CO2 laser. Semiconductor laser. The examples for semiconductor laser is gallium arsenide laser. So these are different types of lasers based on different types of active mediums. So in our syllabus we have ND-YAG laser and helium neon laser and semiconductor laser. Today the first laser we have to discuss is ND-YAG laser. ND means neodymium, Y yttrium, aluminium, garnet laser. So this laser is ND-YAG laser. So ND-YAG laser is a doped insulator laser. So doping means we are adding some impurities to the pure material. So here ND plus 3 are the impurities which are added to YAG, yttrium, aluminium, garnet. So that's why this laser is called doped insulator laser. And once again this is a 4-level laser. Here the active medium is taken in the form of a crystal, and this type of laser is used to generate high power intensity. ND-YAG laser is used to generate a high power intensity. Come to the principle, we already said that doped insulator laser refers the active medium ND plus 3, yttrium aluminium garnet doped with neodymium ND plus 3. Here the neodymium has many energy levels. Here we use the pumping source is optical pumping. So due to the optical pumping, these ND plus 3 ions are raised to excited levels. So that's why population inversion is achieved. During the transition from metastable state to ground state, the laser beam of wavelength 1.064 micrometer is emitted. So this is the laser principle. So initially ND plus 3 ions are doped into yttrium aluminium garnet. This ND plus 3 ions acts as the active medium. Using optical pumping method, we pump the ND plus 3 into excited levels. During the transition from metastable state to ground state, the laser beam of wavelength 1.064 micrometer is emitted. So here active medium is ND plus 3 ions. Pumping method is optical pumping by xenon flash lamp. The pumping is made by xenon flash lamp. And the emitted wavelength is 1.064 micrometers. Next to go to the construction. So generally in the construction the active medium is made as a rod, and in that ND plus 3 ions are doped. So that active medium is taken in the form of a rod, and the pumping is due to the xenon flash lamp. After that we use a optical resonator. So resonator means it contains two mirrors. One is 100% reflecting mirror, another one is partially reflecting mirror. So these mirrors increases the efficiency of the outbeam. So in every construction we have three main parts. One is the active medium, another one is the pumping source, third one is the optical cavity. So in this ND-YAG laser, active medium is the ND plus 3 ions, and the optical pumping is made with xenon flash lamp, and there is a optical resonator which contains two mirrors. One is 100% reflecting mirror, another one is partially reflecting mirror. Due to these mirrors, we increase the efficiency of the output beam. So come to the diagram. So this is the diagram of ND-YAG laser. So in this, the Nd+3 ions is taken as the active medium in the form of laser rod. A flash tube, which is xenon flash tube, is connected to a power supply. These two are placed in a elliptical cavity. So this is the elliptical cavity. Here two mirrors M1 and M2 are there. These two mirrors increases the efficiency of stimulated emissions. That efficient amplified beam comes as output from partially coated silver mirror. So this is the total construction. When the battery is switched on, the flash tube sends energy to the active medium. So active medium absorbs the energy and the population goes to excited states. Hence population inversion is achieved. After the lifetime, they comes to the ground state by emitting the radiation. The emitted radiation suffers multiple reflections by these two mirrors and it gets amplified and comes as a output. So that is the working. Come to energy level diagram. So this is the energy level diagram. The xenon flash lamp is switched on. The light is allowed to fall on the laser rod. The intense white light excites neodymium ions. So these are the neodymium ions which are present in the ground state, that is E0. E0 is the ground state. E1, E2, E3, E4 are the higher energy levels of neodymium ions. So when the intense white light excites the ground state neodymium ions, they reaches to E2 and E3, which are higher energy levels. From E3, after the completion of lifetime, the population reaches to E4 spontaneously. But in this transition from E3 to E4, here no light energy is emitted because always difference of energy is emitted. Here also the difference of energy is emitted, but it is not in the form of light. So that's why this transition is called non-radiative transition. Otherwise it is known as non-radiative decay. Here to correct the spelling, radiative, not radioactive. So this transition is non-radiative transition. Here the energy is released in the form of heat but not in the form of light. So more population reaches to E4. Here E4 acts as the metastable state. It's very important. E4 acts as the metastable state. Its lifetime is more. So that's why the population spends more time in E4. So hence a population inversion is achieved between E4 and E1. Because more population is accumulated in E4 than E1. That means N2 is greater than N1 condition is achieved, which is our required population inversion condition. So after from E4 to E1, the transitions takes place and the energy is emitted in the form of light, that is nothing but our laser beam, so that the wavelength is 1.064 micrometers. After then from E1 to E0, the population is reached to E0, which is our ground state. Here also the transitions takes place, but light energy is not emitted. That's why it is also non-radiative transition. Finally, the population reaches to ground state. In this way, the process is continuously takes place. The laser light is emitted continuously with a wavelength of 1.064 micrometers. So once again, so initially the neodymium ions are present at ground state. So by the excitation of xenon flash lamp, they goes to higher energy levels E2 and E3. From E3 to E4, the transitions takes place, which are non-radiative transitions. E4 acts as metastable state. So more population accumulates in E4. Population inversion is achieved between E4 and E1. So here the laser light is emitted. The emitted wavelength is 1.064. From that E1 to E0, the population reaches to ground state, and these transitions also non-radiative transitions. So, the pulsed form of laser beam of wavelength 1.064 micrometers emitted during the transition from E4 to E1. Here, a large amount of heat is produced by the flash dam during the working. Hence, because of large amount of heat is liberating, so hence cooling arrangements made either by blowing of air or circulating over the crystal. Thank you.